Hi everyone, it's Mrs Wilson again. This week we're making a sweet dish and I decided that we would do some pastry roses in readiness for Valentine's Day. So what we're going to use is we're going to use apples, we're going to use puff pastry, a little bit of jam and then we're going to bake them off in the oven. So I've got various stages ready made. So the first thing you need to do is you need to prepare an apple. So this one is a gala apple. You need a red skinned apple for this, Macintosh red, or you could use pink ladies. So basically we're going to start off by cutting the apple into half and then into quarters. The key thing to this is the preparation of the apple. We need to spend some time with that because that will make all the difference. Rather like last week with the chickpeas, we had to make sure we had them nice and dry. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the core out and we're just going to leave the nice lovely red skin on because we're going to use that for our roses. So just cut away here, and so the ends off, and then right into the centre there, taking the core out. Okay, it's always good to have a rubbish bowl so you can just put your rubbish. I will nibble away at that a little bit later because there are some pieces that I can eat, but we're not going to use them in this dish. So there's always a naughty nibble bowl that you can have. So we just got a seed there that we just want to take away. Just going to take away there. Okay, so the next part is the really important part. Turn the apple onto that side and you need to cut very, very thin slices. So what I'm recommending, it might take you a little bit of while to just get the flow of it, but this is the thickness that we're looking for. A very, very fine, thin slice of apple. So just sort of going down, sort of sawing away right the way across. This will allow the apple to twist when we're ready to put the dish together. So I'm just going to go along with this one now. Finish this quarter off. I'm not going to do all of it. But when you get to this point here, you can use your hands just to secure it there. Don't worry if they're not complete slices sometimes, because really it is the skin that you're looking for to give the nice redness when you're rolling these up. That part at the end is too thick, but I'll just try and separate it with my knife. I'm going to put that into water. And to the water we're going to add the juice of, well, it would be if we're doing the whole of this recipe, but we're just doing part of it, the juice of a whole lemon. So this is a rather natty gadget. Just squish it down and the juice comes out, and that will stop the apple from going brown. Because I'm not going to use this one now, I'm just going to put these ones in and I will cut them up later. So I'll pop that out of the way. What you would do with that is to then microwave it for 5 minutes. And when you do that, you get a nice, soft, floppy sort of piece of apple. So I'm going to show you now how we're going to put these together. Okay, so I'm just going to take these out of the water and just spread them out onto the kitchen roll and just get them to dry out. So I'm not going to do it with all of them. This is one apple. So it does make a lot of slices. The recipe does require 3 apples, but you can just make these with a little bit of leftover puff pastry. You don't have to make the whole recipe. Okay, so I've got some of those there and I'm going to show you what happens next. So underneath the tea towel I have some ready-made puff pastry. I just buy it in the big 500-gram blocks, or you might buy it in the ready rolled. It doesn't really matter. So I've rolled it out, and I've got strips of pastry here, which roughly are just slightly bigger, as you'll see, than the half pieces of apple. So basically, what I need you to do is, it doesn't have to be with a sharp knife. You can use just an ordinary table knife instead. But clean ruler and just straighten off your edges once you've rolled out a piece. I'm going to use that sharp knife. You can see the result you get there. I'm going to use just the ordinary table knife on there, so it still does the job just as well. You just need to be slightly more energetic with it. Just using an ordinary table knife, and then the other end there, just cutting that off so you straighten it off. And then I'm going to go down the whole length, just in half here. This is actually a quarter of the block of pastry. So, but as I said, you can just roll out some leftover pieces that you might have, because puff pastry is so useful, you can use it for so many different things. Made those slightly uneven, but that's just the way it goes when you're cooking live. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use either, you can use either, a apricot jam, which I've just given a good beat and popped a tiny drop of water in just to soften it slightly, or raspberry jam. So I'm just going to dot this down the side of the pastry. So I'm just going to make two here. So just a little bit on here, okay. And I'm going to do one with the apricot, okay. You can just use the jam here, but you can put a little bit of cinnamon on if you want. Poppy Renison gave me that tip. I said I would mention it as an idea of something to do as an alternative, because there's always an alternative. You know, I spent a lot of my early career making all kinds of different things with puff pastry, and one of the things I used to make back when I taught over in Yorkshire was Marmite pinwheels. So put some Marmite on there, a little bit of cheese, roll it up, and then you have a little Marmite pinwheel, and just bake it in the oven. So I'm just going along the whole length here. Because they are so pliable, they are going to roll up very, very nicely. So I'll do both of them before I set off. So that one there, I think I've actually slightly over jammed that one, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that jam away. Just a little bit too much on there. Okay, so a couple more as we go, and I'm just going to roll this up. Okay, so just nicely, and if it just need to be a little bit forceful with it. Okay, and that is the apricot one, and I'm going to roll this one up, and this is the raspberry one. If you've got other jams or jellies, you can use them instead. And as you'll see, they're all slightly different depending on the depth of the pastry. I wasn't 100% accurate there. I've got a greased muffin tin here, just greased it with a little bit of butter. So I'm going to place those into there, and then they would go into the fridge to set for about half an hour before you bake them in the oven. So I will complete those later, but if I can show you the finished result. So the finished result is this. So I made these a little bit earlier. They've been out the oven for a little while. When they finished cooking, I just sort of went round with a knife, and just to make sure they are released. And I'm just going to pull that one out now and pop it onto the plate. And just going to sprinkle a little bit of icing sugar on there. And that is your Valentine's rose. So they don't need to be these kind of roses. You can make a Valentine's rose for one of your loved ones. Thank you for watching. See you again next week.